Now, Nick asked me if I could talk for half an hour. So what I did is I prepared this this little talk about the, again, principles of free market economics. Those are the principles of free market economics. Is understanding understanding behavior, why choose, what to choose, how to choose it. Now, Nick also mentioned that I am a business owner. I am an entrepreneur as well. That is true. I own it's actually a relatively new business that I have been developing for about 4 years now. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Salvation. It's a tea room on King William between North Terrace and Hindley. It's 450 square meters. I have taken the old A&P building and redeveloped the bottom 2 floors and put in a 120-person tea room. And what it is the idea is called thematic shopping, where you put in a venue in which you have service, which is food, and merchandise, retail, all under the same theme. And the theme that I'm presenting it's a Chinese style tea room, and you go in there and it's extravagant. It is the idea is what we're trying to do is to capture basically 1920s Shanghai. You can imagine what this means, and hopefully you cannot. And the reason I said hopefully you cannot, because therefore people are going to visit. The idea is that we're going to present an idea that is so extravagant, so different from what Adelaide is accustomed to, that people come in. A couple of things that we have done is, the reason it took 4 years is because everything in the store is my company, is completely vertically integrated, which means that there are no middlemen. We do everything in-house. And that means that we don't deal with wholesalers. We are our own wholesaler. We are our own importer. We are our own source. The tea that we sell is under my brand. I have been flying to Hunan province in China over the last 4 years to set up sources of supply chains. As you can imagine, this whole project has been a rather expensive undertaking. The place has only been open about 2 weeks now. No, excuse me, 8 weeks now. But yeah, I have basically put everything on the line to do this. And hopefully, all in due course, you will all hear about it. That is the goal there. But just to quickly talk about using my business as an example of putting into practice the principles that I just spoke of, is understanding what motivates my workers, my employees. I have about half a dozen employees. Now, those half a dozen employees, obviously I would love to employ them and motivate them with money. But when you start a business, as many of you will eventually discover, it is very, very difficult the first year. Profitability and cash flow are very, very big deals. Consequently, I need to be able to motivate them in a manner other than financial remuneration. So how do you do it? There is an idea called a fluffy hat. Give somebody a fluffy hat and let them strut. In other words, imagine you have someone and you go, okay, you're here and your title is supervisor. Well, you come up, you've done a great job. Your new title is grand supervisor. Nothing else. What does that person perceive? Grand supervisor. And then 4 weeks from now, when cash flow still is bad, what are you going to do? You've done a great job. I'm going to promote you. You are now manager. You haven't changed anything. You just gave them a new fluffy hat.
Is it bigger?
Absolutely, it's a bigger hat. Has anyone ever seen? I guess there's a great movie. I love cartoons. I love animation. These got Madagascar. Remember the fluffy hat? Who's got the biggest hat? Is what's really, really important. Well, this is something for what it's worth. As much as I'd love to tell you that I planned all this, it's not true. The reality is, I very much discovered the impact of fluffy hats by doing this. Because the fact of the matter is, as much as my employees are very good, and they are exceptional, and I would love to be able to motivate them by giving them big fat raises. The fact is, I can't afford it. Therefore, I had to come up with ways to motivate them in other ways. And let me tell you something. It really does work. It really does work. If you can identify a person's incentives, and that those incentives need not be money, warm glow, the respect of their peers, big fluffy hats, people will respond to your incentives. With respect to students in free enterprise, if you are thinking about going into business for yourself, I would give you basically two pieces of advice. First and foremost, is visualize your own success. And keep that visualization every day, every hour, every minute of the day. Visualize your own success. If your success is defined by driving around a Ferrari, visualize yourself in a Ferrari every single day. And if you ask people who are the really, really successful entrepreneurs, they will always tell you the same. It is single-minded devotion to your own cause, whatever that cause may be. If you were to consider this idea of focusing on your goals in such a way, there is a really good piece of literature out there. It's free on the internet. It was written in 1911. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. It's written by Wallace Wattles. Repeat that. The Science of Getting Rich, Wallace Wattles. It was written in 1911. All these self-help idiots out there. Tony Robbins, there's another one that's going around the country right now. All of them. It's the how to win friends and influence people. Tony Robbins. Oh, goodness gracious. There's so many of them. All of these self-help gurus, all base everything they do on this one piece of literature. And it's free. And it is, I have my own personal Bibles that I like to live by. This is a big one. This book is about 90 pages long. And what I have talked about today is very, very, very well espoused in this piece of literature. Again, and it's free.